All right.
This
Dabi it is. So we finally got confirmation that we already knew that Dabi is in fact Toya Todoroki, Endeavor's son. I have to preface this with I was wrong. I had my theory like a year ago or some shit like that. And basically once 290 dropped, the YouTube comments just filled with like re 290. You're wrong. You're wrong. So I just to show that I'm a bigger person, even though I just threw a theory out there, knowing that it probably was still Toya. Yeah, I was wrong. I take that. I'll take that L. Now to unpack how shitty this reveal was. Um, First of all, just question to the general question to the group: did anybody feel any type of way besides lackluster as far as it comes to this Dabi reveal as Toya?
Oh, completely. I mean, it
um,
tried to shift like a momentum change with what all was going on, which, if you think about a grand scheme with what all was going on, it's like, why would you do that now?
it
Yeah,
don't make
The
no
timing
fucking
was
sense.
just so off that it
horrible.
didn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
So it was sad for such a big reveal to kind of be shrouded with what all's going on. I mean, for a lack of a better like comparison, I would pretty much call like the last few chapters like collectively together as like the year of 2020. It was just like things on things going on, but with all the things that's been intense as going on, it kind of made you numb to the quote unquote big reveal of who Dobby really was. It's like, why would you do this now when there's so much else going on? Why not just wait
Yeah.
to
I
actually
feel
like
like
cause a bigger impact and isolate it?
I feel like I agree with Jugga a lot. Like I didn't even have a something I could compare this to. Is
Mhm.
so what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Yep.
the comparison of like if we decided we was robbing a bank and in the midst of trying to get away from robbing this bank, one of the niggas hop out the car, take off his mask, and like, yo, detective, you my pops, and like get in his face, and yo, nigga, our leader dying, like, let's go, bro, we just got chased across the city, helicopters behind us and shit, heroes coming, like, nigga, let's go. He like, no, nigga, everybody gonna know my story, nigga, like, what?
Yeah,
Like,
it's kind of ridiculous.
is the lamest. It made Dobby seem lame,
Right.
and
A hundred
it made
percent.
him seem super fucking lame. And then like when he had the one chance to kind of open up or like reverse the lameness, like when he was about to do that Hellfire Fist prominence burn, that
Yeah.
would have been cool. But then he gets stopped.
Got a body.
Fucking
Uh,
waste of time.
yep.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think this the second chapter just like followed up with the bullshit. My other issue is that once again, like I feel like my hero stayed too shonen in this moment. Like I felt like if this was gonna be Dabi's culmination moment, this whole thing, like he seasoned all of these little things of like Dabi knows more than we think he knows. He got more strats than we think he has. But the fact that all of that culminated to him just doing this is what it feels like. Um, was a waste to me. Like I'm just like so. For example, like even if we think about his origin story, so he saw Stain and he was like, "All right, fuck it, I'm gonna kill niggas now." So none of this would have happened if Stain didn't exist. Like he just would have been a burn victim walking around town. Like I'm very just confused at like the way the author chose to put the pieces together and his ultimate goal. Like Endeavor was gonna die anyways. Real talk. Like without you showing up, this nigga was on his way out. And I
Hmm.
liked how they tried to make it seem more realistic with the fact that he tried to kill him in the media, but it was still very shonen in the way it was executed. It was like, hey, I just rolled out this like DNA test. I just did all these things. Like your image is ruined, but now I'm gonna kill you. But it's like, no, you should. It's actually better for you to ruin his image and then just let him live on as the number one hero with that shitty ass image. Like
Right.
I
Yeah,
don't know what he was
because
trying to get out of the
he
world by
really helped
doing
the humans, or not the
right.
humans. He helped the good guys because now it's like, hey, it's not that our valiant hero system failed; is that we had a shitty
A
hero at
shitty
number
hero.
one.
Yeah,
So when
blame it
Deku,
all
a
on Endeavor
non-shitty hero,
and Hawk.
comes, You know?
Right. And then they showed like Hawks killing somebody and showing that, oh, his history was from a villain. But it's like, first of all, I think from a societal standpoint, and All Might was a villain of peace. Are you telling me that up until this point, there's never been a villain who's tried to turn coat and become a hero? Like that's never happened,
Right?
or somebody who's been a child of a villain. Like it just seems odd to me that
That
some
would
of the
even be
points that he's
used.
bringing up never happened before, huh?
Yeah, no, I was agreeing with you. It just sounds
Yeah.
odd that he would even use that. Like clearly it really does seem like something that a nigga whipped together like, yeah, this will stick it to him.
Yep.
Like,
It wasn't well executed at all. I felt like you said, from what we saw of Dabi as like really being maybe like more of a strategist than Tomura, having a lot of potential. He basically showed me why he's subordinate to Tomura. He's stupider than that guy, in my opinion.
mm-hmm.
Like I'm just like I didn't get anything from this reveal. Uh, we all kind of expected it to be his son, and the execution I think was poor. Plus, like if this is the flag that's killing Endeavor, it's just more like what the fuck. And then I'm also mad because I'm like, so did you really think Hawks listened to you and killed Best Genius? Because him showing up seemed to have just ruined the entire plan. You get what
Mm.
I'm saying? Like I'm just like, bro, your shit just
Exactly.
got totally broken down by one small thing that you definitely could have predicted, which is that Hawks wasn't going to kill
Didn't
Best.
actually kill him.
Yeah, like you definitely
Is
could have figured that out pretty quickly.
And if you think about it, if you stop and think about it, and this nigga needs to deserve to be honorary goofy of the month now, is
Yeah.
like
It
that
might be
the
the year,
plan,
bro, at the end of 2020. Fuck it.
right? Because if you think about it, the whole plan was
Fucked
perfect.
it.
The world watched two cities get destroyed by villains, and all the heroes get fucking killed or maimed. It's like, nigga, the world had already lost hope in heroes,
Oh,
surely by now. But now you just actually kind of gave these niggas a way to get hope back, bro.
right. Like, oh, heroes are bad too. Like, I'm like, this would have been properly executed before this happened. Like, at this point, it was like Tomura had a plan and Dabi thought he was like his own boss. And he was like, no, we need this part of the plan too. This exposing them shit. Like, it's like, bro, you could have done this way earlier because Endeavor's on an apology tour any the fuck way. So really, this is only going to make him look better if he survives this fight because he's going to be like, yeah, you know what? As number one hero, I own up to the fact that I fucked up my kids' lives. I really wanted to be number one. I really wanted to be a symbol of peace. But what I realized, I need to be a symbol of peace at home with my family. So now you just gave this nigga an apology tour off being shitty as fuck. And
Yeah.
then at the same time, it's like your plan is what is the purpose? Like if you want to kill Endeavor, you could have just met that nigga in a dark alley. I'm your son, dropped his ass right then and there, and we'd be done with it. But I don't
Yeah.
know. This
The
show of
the, the
display
thing
is
that
trash.
killed me is like after revealing him, why kill him? Because the whole point of revealing him publicly is to let him
Exactly.
sit in it. But I'm
Exactly.
like, but after getting my ass whooped and getting saved by freshmen in high school,
Right.
honestly, I can tell you what's going on through Endeavor head. Shit, this is
And he
my
wanna
last
die.
motherfucking day. I'm
Yeah.
done. Y'all tripping. I'm retired. And that nigga came in and put my retirement letter in for me.
Right.
Good
So
shit, my nigga. I knew you was my favorite son.
right. It was
Damn.
it was absolutely horrible. And then I feel like there is a lot of open questions on him figuring out some of this like background shit that he figured out. But at the end of the day, it was just so poorly executed. I don't care. Him knowing that Hawks' dad used to be a villain, it just adds more questions to me about Hawks' whole thing. Like, why did the government scoop him up? All this other shit than it does about why Dabi knows that information. I
Mm.
was more curious, like, what the fuck have you been doing this whole time? You
Hmm.
fake died, and then where the fuck did you go? Like, why? This was the plan you were scheming that whole time. What? It's random.
Mm.
Deuce, did you have any comments? I know you ain't say nothing about the whole Dabi thing. Maybe you thought it was good. I guess he's still doing some shit. So, other than that, any other